Hey folks, Dolphin Dale here, and this video is going to be part of a series where I'm showing stuff that I got at a Great Escape customer appreciation sale. And the other videos will cover the stuff that I bought inside and paid for. This is going to be the records that I got out back, and they were free. And, yeah. So this big stack that I'm about to show you, I didn't pay for. They originally announced 10 free items, then mentioned 20. And when I got up there, I guess I was close enough, and the manager just bagged it up and said, said thank you. And I don't know, maybe part of that was because I've been going there since 94. So nearly 30 years of going to the Great Escape. I don't know. But I love that place. They always treat me so well. And, you know, you need one good place where you feel like that's one store that has consistently treated me like a valued customer the entire time I've been going in there. And that says a lot considering how long I've been going there. So I appreciate it. And I got a cool stack here. Hopefully a lot of this will clean up and play great. And some of the stuff I got just put in frames, like this first one. We got Reverend W. Leo Daniels. What an HE double hockey sticks do you want? I think this will end up in a album frame, and because I don't think it'll clean up, but I'm going to try, because man, that's a sermon I would like to hear. Anyway, it's on this Jewel Records, and there's some white stuff on there. I don't know that I'll be able to get off. I'm going to try, because it really doesn't have, except for the junk that's on it, it doesn't have a whole lot of, it doesn't have any deep scratches, that's for sure. It's got one significant scratch, but I can't feel it. I guess that's what I've heard described as a non-feeler, and we're going to give it a whirl. But regardless, I think I like put that in frame, hang it on the front door. This one I thought I picked up because I've already got it. I may clean it up and see if it plays, and if it's a good player, I may VCLT it, or I may put it in a frame, because I love this cover. Love Song, Final Touch, their Jesus Music Band. This is a classic album. Of course, that cover comes from Michelangelo's painting that's on I believe it's on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. Love that cover. That's why I picked it up. The next album is Brother Eugene Flip Forrest, and America's Traveling Gospel Announcer, and Stories and Songs for the Soul. And it's on Savoy. It looks pretty good. And that's the thing about some of these sales. If a big time, you see a Johnny Cash record in one of these sales, the album's going to be roached. Nobody's going to put a good Johnny Cash album in a sale where, after you hit the limit, it's 50 cents. Nobody's going to put a Johnny Cash album in there like that. But sometimes with the gospel albums, you find practically mint copies of stuff, and mainly because I guess folks don't know what they have with gospel in a lot of occasions, or Christian rock, or what's called contemporary Christian music, Jesus music. So now the next one I'm praying cleans up, because this is a tribute album. It's the Andre Crouch Songbook. A lot of great people on this album. Truth, the Bill Gaither Trio, the Imperials, the Spear Family, Dallas Home, Sherman Andrews, who used to be in the Imperials, the Oak Ridge Boys, the Archers. The cover's in pretty rough shape as far as the seams. It's on Impact Records. It looks pretty good. Next up, we've got Connie Scott. She's one of the first Christian rockers I ever heard. And actually, maybe it'd be more accurate to call her contemporary Christian music. She was never really some of her stuff was rockier than others, but she never really. And it's on Sparrow, and it looks really good. So I have a lot of high hopes for this album. Connie Scott. Sealed copy of Signal. I've already got it, but it was sealed. I had to bring it home. It may be an upgrade for me, and if it is, then my other copy will go out. But man, yeah, this is such a great album. Love songs like River of Love. Yeah, this is a tremendous album, so couldn't leave it not sealed. Gene Cotton. Seems like I've been running across his albums. This one is actually autographed on the front to David. But I don't know. Now, it's not the David I know. But it is autographed. It is also a gold stamp promo. But it is Eclipse of the Blue Moon. Now, I've got one of his that was put out on Myrrh. I don't know about this album, whether it was a Christian rock album or just a mainstream album. We do have some stuff in it. So it has this unique insert, which has some lyrics from Eclipse of the Blue Moon. And then looks like, man, did they have ring lights back then? Then they've got the image. You have an inner sleeve. And then this album is on Knoll Records, which I've never heard of. Next up is Sonny James in Prison with the Tennessee State Prison Band. And, you know, being a Johnny Cash fan, wasn't about to leave a Prison album. This is on Columbia. And, yeah, it does close with Amazing Grace, but it's not really a gospel album. I don't know anything about Sonny James. But there is that Columbia label. This will be an interesting spin. It is a gold stamp promo. Lena Horne, Ricardo Montalban, Jamaica. Ricardo Montalban, of course, being the host of Fantasy Island. He was also Khan in Star Trek. And then, of course, Lena Horne, who I remember Fred Sanford having a thing for. And that's where I know them from. The album is on RCA Victor and looks really good. I don't see any kind of scratches on it. Got high hopes for this. This, I think, is jazz. It's Shepherd and his Flock Swing. And was kind of digging the Shaun the Sheep-esque cover. Yeah, don't know what this is. Just looked interesting. And it's Bill Shepherd Orchestra and the Beryl Scott Chorus. Beryl Stott Chorus. And so I picked it up. And it's on roulette. And there's a sticker on here that says Deep Groove Mono. All right. So that'll be worth check out. Now I know this guy, Pete Fountain, on tour, and was really digging that cover. Not the biggest clarinet guy. I think, why do you need a clarinet? They invented soprano saxes, but there are some awfully good clarinetists, and is that what you would call them? Clarinetist? I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. It's on Coral. Cool burgundy label. Yeah, so that's Pete Fountain on tour. Man, this looks really cool. Franti and Teicher, the Carpenter's Songbook. So, I don't know a whole lot about Franti and Teicher, except what I've learned from Value Vinyl Steve. But I thought these are songs that I know might help me appreciate their music more. I don't recall ever seeing this one before. So I jumped on it on United Artists Records. It looks really good. George Shearing, grand piano. Shearing being a brilliant pianist, both jazz and classical, and a conductor. As you can tell from the front, well, you can surmise from the front that he is blind. But such a wonderful talent. Concord Jazz. It looks really clean. Excited about this. Love me some Pointer Sisters. And Fan Contact. Great picture on the back of the ladies. On RCA. And yes, we do have a center sleeve with lyrics. So, Pointer Sisters. Next up is Al Hirt, Swinging Dixie, at Dan's Pier 600 in New Orleans. It's a great cover. The album is on Audio Fidelity. It looks so clean. Al Hirt. Chuck Mangione, Chase the Clouds Away. Nice effect on the front. There he is on the back. And it's the Chuck Mangione Quartet. I like these center sleeves that have other albums on them. See what people were listening to at the time. On A&M. Man, some of these records are awfully clean for this type of... but then again, I was careful not to pull albums that looked beat up. The next album is the Tim Weisberg Band. And yeah, I've just enjoyed picking them up. I usually get them out of bargain bins. Don't know what this is about on the cover, what's going on, why that looks like a nurse. We do get a center sleeve with a weird band shot on the back. And it's on United Artists. Pretty colorful centering. I feel like I've heard of Chip Taylor. I just can't think of where. But I picked it up. So it's on Warner Brothers. He looks like he might be country, but I don't know. Maybe he just wore brown to match the tree. Love Jesse Coulter. This is... What is this? Riding Shotgun. And, of course, on Capitol. Couldn't believe I picked up some Jesse Coulter. How about some Ronnie Milsap? I'm trying to dive a little deeper into his music. I know that Russ Taff's keyboard player, Larry Hall, has done some work for Ronnie, playing for him. And I do remember him from back in the day. Got a good center sleeve. This is on RCA. See, I don't know what you all, well, you all can't see, but Aretha's over here. She's been slapping at the albums as I've been picking them up. And Jake just had to jump over her to get over where he was trying to go. And you just never know when World War III is going to break out in the middle of a vinyl video. So I'm watching them. Right now, I think she's too content in messing with me. All right, back to the records. Got Sylvia. Crystal Gale's sister. Am I right? Oh, this is a promo, not for sale. But I remember Sylvia from back in the day. And probably had a little bit of a crush on her. Good singer. And her sister is excellent as well. RCA. Of course, watch me. I have to double check that now. I hate to be making stuff up. But I'm pretty sure she and Crystal Gale are related. Profile, the best of Emmylou Harris. And yeah, I wouldn't. How can you let Emmylou sit in a bargain bin? Because that record is too clean. Warner Brothers. One of my favorite artists. So this next couple, man, that talk about having a corner on cheesy covers. It's Louise Mandrell and R.C. Bannon. I don't know if you saw the superhero cover that it wasn't all that long ago that I showed. And this one is, I don't know, did they have a product placement deal with RC? Me and my RC. Or, oh, I just got it. Wow. Wow. Ah, yeah. Well, maybe I'll edit that part out. I'm an idiot. Oh, wow. But yeah, had to pick that up. Well, one, the Mandrell sisters are just so talented. I do like having their music, and I just can't resist a cheesy cover like that. This next one's Sealed. And yeah, it's Lucy. And this is a soundtrack to the picture Mame. I love Lucy. Doesn't everyone? Yeah, so I couldn't leave a sealed copy of this behind. Got another soundtrack. This is Nothing in Common. Who is that? Tom Hanks and Jackie Gleason. With some great artists like Thompson Twins, Aretha Franklin, Richard Marx, Christopher Cross. It's on Arista. Looks pretty good. Think that'll clean up nice. This is also a promotional copy. And I told you there was one hard rock album in here. And I hope it cleans up well. It's Montrose. Jump on it. Sammy Hagar. And I collect whatever I can of Sammy Hagar. And yeah, I couldn't help but pick this up. And it does look pretty clean. I do see one scratch, but going to dead wax, I can't feel it. Hopefully that thing will clean up and play for me. If not, I got it for free. So, anyway, those are the records that I got at the Great Escape Customer Appreciation Sale. And like I said, they were all free. Hope you enjoyed going through that stack with me. We're going to go ahead and close this out. But hope that whenever you're watching this, you're doing well. You're having a great holiday season. And for me and for these knuckleheads, yeah, again, thanks for stopping in. We'll see you soon. Until then, peace.